Okay, should be working now. Um, cool. Hey team, how we doing? Thanks for being so patient with me. Did we get confirmation on the sound? I did not mean to type one sex, but whatever. Oh well. Hey Jeff. Hi 9 volt. Hi Steven. What's good, y'all? Cool, sound is good. All right. I took my laptop over to this doghouse, and I guess I forgot to plug it back in. No, I do not have new hair color. It might just look different because of this beanie. I did get my undercut redone today, though, so that's something. Um, so there's like a little bit of difference going on here. All right, we got some good people in here. That's pretty cool. Sorry I'm late as shit, y'all. Was hanging out with a friend today, and they needed me to take them home. And so I thought we budgeted enough time for that, but they live kind of far away and there was traffic and, you know, typical late person excuses as always, right? Hey, Dustin, have I seen the Backrooms trailer? I have not. I don't know what that is. Yeah, maybe we'll go late today. Y'all like my new sticker? It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute, right? All right. I kind of did this on accident. Look, I got Bela Lugosi, and I got the pendant from the church. Pretty good, right? This thing is so heavy it actually like weighs on my neck a little bit. Yeah, my Melusine beanie came in. I'm pretty excited about. Now I can be a pervert in public, you know, on main. I didn't do this on purpose. It just happened to be how my schedule worked out, but we are streaming, in fact, on Trans Day of Visibility. So I am, in fact, visible. You can see me. I'm here. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's kind of rough around here. Being a transgendered person. There was like some new Supreme Court shit that came out today, kind of paving the way for conversion therapy again, and lot of cool shit happening today. So that's really nice. Yeah. Um, I always feel a little bit weird about this, but I'm going to feel. Oh, I forgot I fixed this. Look how smart I am. Look how smart I am. I added a keyring thing here so that this doesn't like flip around. It actually stays where it's supposed to. That's pretty cool. Backrooms is a new A24 movie. It's based from a web series and director, and I have the same age, 20. Yeah, that'll be good for my self-esteem. Let me look it up. Backrooms. How did even two of the so-called liberal judges vote for conversion therapy being constitutional? Which ones? I don't think it would have been Sotomayor and Jackson, right? Probably like Kagan, maybe, and then the other one. There's not much. There's not even a lot of them left. Are we counting? Roberts as a liberal in this? um. Yeah, I don't know. This looks cool to me. I'll always check out a fucking uh A24 horror movie. I'll just be honest about that, you know? We might lose this eventually, honestly. Hope the ruling paves the way for Idaho to get some lawsuits. We have the worst anti-trans legislation. Today was a great day for me. I think it's the good transgender energy. That's right. We're giving good transgender energy around here. I was kind of thinking this might be a shorter stream because I didn't know how many people are going to show up this late, but it seems like it's popping off. So thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate that. Okay, what was I going to say? Tanji, I think, was against it. At least she's saying. All right, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Wait, one thing at a time. The thing I was gonna say. All right, today's Trans Day of Visibility. Okay, I'm doing the thing. I'm being fucking visible. It sucks. Actually, it rules. Being trans fucking rules. Okay, transphobia is what sucks. Being trans rules. Okay, we create ourselves. We can do whatever we want. Choose yourself. All right, choose yourself. Till still 2 a.m. I mean, if the chat calls for it, I might. We'll see. But it's dangerous and it sucks. And I have a couple flights coming up this year that who knows if I'll be able to do it. I guess we'll see. You know, shit's rough out here, you know? And yeah, I'm looking at my feed and I haven't received a tip in 23 days, which is totally fine, by the way. But if you were planning on it, today would be the day, all right? 20 bucks gets you a review of whatever you want. We're going to go over 2 commission reviews today. And if you want more, literally whatever you want, I'll watch it and I'll review it on stream. Or you can just donate out of the generosity of your heart because I'm pretty. You can also do that. Transphobia is fucking stupid. Yeah, man. It sure is. That shit is fucking whack, dude. Anyway, if we get any, because I put TDOV in the title. If we get any fucking, I think here's the rule tonight, okay? If we get any fucking trolls in here tonight, any transphobic bullshit, all right, I have got a thick skin at this point. I can take it, but I feel like it's only fair that it be counteracted with a tip if that happens. Okay, that feels like the fair thing to me, right? Anyway, let me answer this message really quick. My friend is anxious, and I don't want them to be. Woohoo visibility. No trolls are allowed. Yeah, the trolls aren't going to be visible. They'll be visible for 3 seconds before I ban their ass. We got mods in the chat too, so yeah, fuck these people if they want to pull up. I've had a really good week actually. Yeah, I had a dog sitting gig this weekend. That's why we're doing it on Tuesday instead, and it was a lot of fucking work and it was challenging and everything, but you know what? I'm going to get paid for it. I have another one coming up this week that's going to be way easier. It's going to be all right. All right? So do what we got to do, you know? I have 4 jobs and I worked two of them over the weekend at least. So we're doing what we can. What was I gonna do? Oh, let's look up the Supreme Court ruling. Conversion therapy, Supreme Court. Yikes. All right. I guess let's try the BBC. Let's take a look. Might get food at some point. We'll see. This week's been good. Jamming for the first time Friday in the new rehearsal space. Hell yeah. My band is making some progress on our 2nd and 3rd songs, and I'm really, really proud of them. I think that people are gonna like them, so keep your eyes open. Watch this space. Hashtag watch this space. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against a law in Colorado that bans so-called conversion therapy for lesbian, gay, and transgender people. It cited 8-1. Holy shit. That's pretty bad. Do you know Hunter Schafer? I wish. Yo, if anyone knows Hunter Schafer, put me in contact is all I'm saying, alright? Thanks, Steven. You're goated. I was running that shit back. I already had to thank Steven earlier today because he's the fucking goat. I appreciate you. Do you want to add another review? Because I'm gonna do 2 of yours today, and I got 2 more left, but feel free to add another one. Whatever you want. I'm getting better. I was in a bit of a rut, but I'm getting better about watching stuff. I watched 3 movies yesterday, and I watched 2 today. Oh, that's the other thing we're gonna get to do today, because I watched 2 movies today, 2 new releases that made me fucking cry so hard for different reasons. So, I'll wait for my legal podcast to get the full breakdown on this, because I'm sure there's some reason for it, but okay. Damn, the American LGBT are screwed. Where are you from? Because yeah, we are. It fucking sucks. 8-1 is crazy. States' restrictions violated her free speech rights guaranteed under the Constitution's First Amendment. Yeah. Therapist. Brazil? How's it down there in Brazil? I have dual citizenship in Costa Rica, so I think about going there sometimes, but fuck it. They're gonna have to kick my ass out of here. I'm not going anywhere. The justices ruled that lower courts had erred by failing to apply sufficiently rigorous scrutiny to restrictions on free speech. Kaylee Chiles licensed counselor and practicing Christian. Yeah. It's always a fucking Christian, right? Fucked up as well, not so much. Yeah, probably not great. Interfered with her ability to treat individuals with same-sex attractions or gender identity confusion who prioritize their faith above their feelings. Like the children? The children are prioritizing their faith? I'm gonna give you a fucking newsflash. There aren't really any religious kids. Like, that's not really something you can choose or understand for yourself until you're like an adult. I mean, I guess, but like, not to the extent that you should be allowed to torture them. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we got hella people in here. Shout out. Say hi in the chat if you're new or if you're here or whatever. Writing the majority decision for the court. Justice Neil Gorsuch. Not a good sign when Gorsuch is writing the majority. Although I guess he's honestly one of the more reasonable ones, which is saying something. Agreed. Censor speech based on viewpoint. I don't think it's like speech. It's not like they're just like offering it. Like it's like a full fucking like. It would be like saying that like any number of pseudosciences are like cracking down on free speech, which I guess maybe they would also argue that. So it's not great. Oh, thanks, 9volt. You're the best. Shout out. No review just for being trans, visible, and cute. I try. Thank you. You're the best. Running that shit back. Isn't conversion therapy considered a torture by the UN? Maybe. Let's look that up. UN version therapy torture. I didn't spell that right. I think it's one guy at the UN that says this. And I mean, he's right. It's always a fucking Christian, dude. They're just the worst. Like, can I just be honest about that? It's always a fucking Christian. Like, you could bet your fucking life savings on it every time one of these things comes up. It's like, well, okay. That's actually not true. Let me shout out Jeff. All right, we'll run this back and pretend that it's Jeff. Jeff sent a tip via Venmo. Appreciate you. It didn't work. Hello? My stuff isn't working. Thanks, Luna. Appreciate that. What about this one? Will this one work? Well... Oh, you're hearing it? Okay, that's good. It's not showing up on my screen. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. Well, you got like hella Godzilla roars, but thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. What am I talking about? Oh, there was the one where they ruled that you didn't have to teach children about gay people in school, and that one was from a Muslim family. There was another one where it was a Jewish family, I think. But it's all funded and all like propped up by like Christian fundamentalists, you know? That's just kind of how they like get away with it. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of a savvy move to like get a Muslim family on that last one, you know? But like it's the fucking Christians. Like, come on, man. Look, I'm not out here gonna be like saying that, you know, Islam is like this great ideology or whatever. Like, I'm a fucking hashtag Reddit atheist, okay? I fucking hate all of this shit. But like, in the United States, in the West, whatever you want to fucking call it, like, oh, I forgot. I had other cute accessories in my pocket. Let me put those on. All religion is bad. That's right. They all suck. They're all the worst. Like, just, can we move past it? Can we move past it, please? Jesus. Like, come on, bro. Anyway, I'm about to get cuter, so keep that in mind. Jot that down, as it were. I forgot about these. because I didn't have time to redo my nails. So I thought, you know, I should have some kind of decor on my hands other than my tattoos. Um, pretty good, yeah. Pretty good. Okay. Okay. Let's see. First Amendment stands as a bulwark against any effort to prescribe an orthodoxy of views, reflecting a belief that each American enjoys an inalienable right to speak his mind. His mind. Great. Where are all the fundies suing to shut down Red Lobster? I mean, I don't fuck with Red Lobster, but what's going on with Red Lobster? Other than, you know, torturing billions of fucking sentient beings. What's going on with them? um, Faith in the free marketplace of ideas is the best means for finding truth. Yeah, you know how like a child, when they're in like a therapist's office, can duke it out in the marketplace of ideas when their parents are making them go, and a subject of authority is like, oh, I get it. Red Lobster, shellfish. I see what you're doing there. I mean, you're not wrong. The inerrant word of God, right? My Trans Day of Visibility stream is just me talking about how much I hate Christians. Bible says a lot of questionable things. You know, yeah, you know, maybe not the book that we should be basing like the entirety of our morality on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should just like think about it and do what makes the most sense for human beings based on you know, rationality and compassion. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a woke fucking atheist, I guess. So I just think that instead of following what an inherently contradictory book says, whatever. So the it just really bothers me to be like, um, I don't know, the idea that a child who's being forced into conversion therapy by their parents and by their like therapists and by the state or whatever is like out here duking it out in the marketplace of ideas. Like, eat a fucking dick, dude. Like, I I think you might have an argument for this if you were talking about for adults. Because if an adult wants to waste their money to like pay a person to like torture them to pretend not to be gay anymore, whatever. I guess you have the right to do that. I think there's still an argument to be made that that is not really consensual on account of, you know, all the societal forces and this, that, and the other. But like, you're not, you're not, you're not giving a real choice when you do this to a child. You know, whatever happened to protect the children? Anybody who says that does not actually give a fuck about children. Like, if you're on the right, if you're voting Republican, if you're a fucking Christian, you're going to church and shit, you don't give a shit about children. I'm sorry. Um, Colorado. I know I'm not speaking with the most amount of nuance right now. I'm kind of just firing off the dome right now. Okay, don't come at me. I know there are some good Christians or whatever, but it's so bad at this point that like, I don't know, man. You gotta be. I just, I don't know. There comes a point where like you've gotta what am I trying to say? There comes a point where your group has become such an odious force for evil that like, I don't know, it comes to a point where it's like saying there's some good cops or something like that. Like, probably technically, but the system you're propping up is so bad that like it does not work out well in payroll. You know what I mean? How about if everyone lives their own lives and leaves everyone the fuck alone? Is it that hard? You would think that that is a pretty agreeable and reasonable ideology and, you know, way to run a society and structure our values, but I suppose not. Christians are very unlikable. I can't stand authoritarians in general, says Lilith Exiled. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're kind of cooking here. All the people I've known in my life that worked for a church are the most evil people I've ever met. No joke, I could tell you stories. All right, I know it's more fun for me to just be Yep, godless is best. I missed that one, but that's good. Um, I this is the point where I can't help it. I know I'm ranting and raving, and that's more entertaining, but I'm gonna sit here and be nuanced for a second. All right, I do work at a church. The jam company I work for, we rent a kitchen out of a church, and all of those people are very kind to us, and we're like very, very overtly trans and queer, and like I roll up looking like this all the time, and they're very kind to me and to us, and they support our cause and stuff. And like there are churches like giving their resources and their spaces to marginalized groups, but like God, it's so rare, you know. It's just so it's not it's not enough, you know. I don't know if you're out here being like a lefty Christian or a pro queer Christian, like I mean, good luck, I guess, but you gotta be doing a lot, you know? Yeah, and the thing is, I haven't looked too much into them because like I'm sure I'd find something, you know? I just don't know. And the thing is, if I'm being completely honest, a church is something that is fundamentally structured on teaching and promoting lies for people's money at the expense of other things, you know? Like I think that that's a fundamentally bad project. Even if you do it well within the constraints of the system you've already set up. But like the ideology of religion, like to its core, is bad and creates bad outcomes and also just isn't true, which is enough in my opinion. I think that we should probably be spending our time and energy promoting true things. Radical take, I know. But grading on a curve, understanding that we live in a deeply religious society, there is a need for good churches because they have so many fucking resources and so much power, you know. It's a grift at best. Yeah, abusive cult usually. My ex-wife's uncle was the head of a church as well as the person who gave marital advice there, and he was a vile piece of shit. I still go to church because I'm unemployed and I live with my parents, and every day I go there, I have the worst bullshit ever. They're not sending their best over there at the churches, all right? My band is going to be practicing in this church, which I think is really funny, because the music we write is going to be sort of anathema to that, but they're going to cut us a deal. So I'm like, all right. Okay. Colorado officials had said the law does not regulate speech. Oh, the justices emphasized that talk therapy involves no physical interventions or medications. Yeah, you know how like words don't hurt people? How like speech can never hurt anybody? How like we don't have any laws regulating speech at all because words are completely meaningless and incapable of harm? Yeah, it's like that. It's fine. What's a libel law? What's a slander law, you know? What is that? I don't know. As long as you don't physically intervene or medicate somebody, it's fine. You can verbally abuse them and psychologically torture them all you want. That's how it works. Jesus. Colorado officials had said the law does not regulate speech, but instead regulates the conduct of professionals providing mental health treatment. That's a reasonable thing to say. They also argued the law does not prohibit discussions of gender identity and sexual orientation, because that wouldn't make any sense. The majority of justices said the First Amendment's protections extend to licensed professionals as much as they do everybody else. Yeah, in their capacity to like just be a citizen, you can just post bad takes on the internet, but we don't give doctors the free speech to like prescribe chiropractic or to prescribe fucking acupuncture or traditional Chinese medicine or like homeopathy or homeopathic remedies. You don't have the free speech to do that in your capacity as a goddamn fucking professional. Like there's a reason that there's like ethics boards and like regulations and shit, okay? Because when a professional with somebody with authority speaks on something, okay, it holds more weight than when some fucking guy on the street does. And if you want to be a guy on the street, go for it. You can't be a fucking doctor anymore, okay? Jesus. Okay, finally a reasonable take. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, absolute queen, shout the fuck out, smartest person on the court, and it isn't even close, was the only one to dissent. arguing her fellow justices had failed to consider the context that Chiles was speaking as a medical professional. The most obvious possible objection, and they all fucking went right over that, went right under that bar, tripped over it, you know? That First Amendment principles have far less salience when the speakers are medical professionals. That's just the most obvious thing you could possibly say. Chiles is not speaking in the ether. She's providing therapy to minors as a licensed healthcare professional. Yeah. Also, how do you not lose your license over this shit? Because, like, maybe, you know, maybe if we had robust systems that would, like, kick these people out, and, like, I still think it should be banned. But, like, is this person for real, like, a licensed professional, or are they just, like, you know, fucking Joe Chile's fucking conversion therapy camp, whatever, and they call it therapy, and it's, like, fine because it's free speech or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on there? How's it not a HIPAA violation? I mean, genuinely. Anyway, I'm just firing off the dome. Listen to the Opening Arguments podcast. That's my favorite legal analysis podcast. The 5-4 podcast is really good too. I'm sure they'll have something out breaking this down pretty much immediate, like on Friday, I imagine they'll have an episode out. And then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something legally speaking where it's like, okay, that does technically make sense under US law or whatever. But also, like, who gives a shit? Like, the Supreme Court doesn't give a fuck like what the law actually says or means. They just do whatever they want. So, plus, quote, such professionals are already subject to a number of other restrictions on their professional practice. Obviously, under Colorado law, licensed therapists must provide therapy that is consistent with a standard of care. Conversion therapy is condemned by all medical associations. That's not about speech. It's really fucking obvious. More than 20 US states have banned conversion therapy for minors. Not anymore, bitch. That's right. Pack fucking Timmy up in the car. You're going to faggot school or we're gonna fucking fix you. That's probably where I would have ended up, to be honest, if I had come out as a minor. So, dodge that bullet at least. More than 1,300 practitioners across the U.S. offer conversion therapy, according to a 2023 Trevor Project report. Supreme Court's decision to treat the dangerous practice of conversion therapy as constitutionally protected speech is a tragic step backwards for a country that will put young lives at risk. These efforts, no matter what proponents call them, no matter what any court says, are still proven to cause lasting psychological harm. Critics of conversion therapy say it can be emotionally harmful, cause mental health issues, and increase risk of suicide. Some practitioners rely on talk therapy or prayer, but extreme cases have subjected patients to physical violence and food deprivation. The American Medical Association rejects the idea that same-sex attraction or non-conforming gender identity are mental disorders, saying the claim is not supported by medical evidence. Okay, this last paragraph is okay, but I'm so fucking sick and tired of this style of journalism. Critics say this true thing, but, you know, the people in favor say a not true thing. So, you know, there's two sides. It's like, okay, critics say that, but, like, what does the evidence say? Does the evidence say that that's obviously true? Because it does. So you should say that. Like, it's not your job to just tell me what people are saying. I can look up what people are saying. It's your job as journalists to parse through two sides of an issue and tell me which one is true. Okay? Because there are true things in the universe, as it turns out. I know we're kind of past that at this point, but as it turns out, there are still true things that we can discern, right? Jesus Christ. Well, that's the first half hour yelling about that. Anyway. These signs say conversion therapy hurts kids, hurts families, hurts faith. Guess which one of those I could give less of a shit about? Oh, boy. All right, gang. I didn't mean to close that out. Hold on. Should we talk about movies now? I mean, probably. I could listen to you talking about this stuff for far longer than half an hour. Thanks. Thanks. Um, Dustin, I see you logged the Mario movie, Super Mario Brothers movie. I see you liked it. I'm not coming at you. I'm just like, I don't understand how anybody liked that movie. It's fucking terrible. I mean, two of my favorite things. So you're onto something, Jeff. Is They Will Kill You any good? They've been going hard on the marketing, but I don't know. See any good movies lately? I saw two amazing ones today. So we'll talk about that at some point. Forbidden Fruits looks fun to me. Some kind of Hulu bullshit. Good on that. I watched a horror version of The Little Mermaid, and it was trash. Super Mario Brothers is just Illumination making slop. I really felt it was indeed like peak slop. I'm not even a video game nostalgia person, but I found it adorable and fun. I'm glad you did. I imagine I like found it like genuinely kind of painful to sit through. Like I just could not understand. Like every single joke in it was like the most obvious possible first draft joke you could make. Like the most like straight down the middle. Like we can't possibly like subvert or offend anything. And like just kind of a little bit how I felt about the movie that I saw today that I loved. So like it's not, you know, it is what it is. But I stopped watching Ghost Keeper to watch the stream. We'll continue when this is done. I appreciate that. And I didn't think the animation was good. I gotta be honest. I really didn't like it. But you know, I am happy when someone can enjoy something that I can't, you know? We should enjoy more things in the world. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep the past few days, so I'm a little bit tired, but we're doing this shit. I want to hear what you think of We Kill for Love. That'll probably be next week. I didn't get around to it, but I'm excited about it. I like this other keyboard that I've been using because it's very loud and I feel very professional typing on it. I feel like I'm doing work, you know. um yeah, I've been watching some good movies lately. It's been nice to get back into watching movies because I feel like I was kind of slipping for a minute there. Super Mario is very slight, but I can't deny it entertains me. I find the incorporation of all the different games and details clever. Otherwise, script is pretty standard. Yeah, I think the script was the main thing that I just did not like. And I'm not a hashtag gamer, you know? So, I don't know. But, glad you liked it, you know? That's fun. The water bottle just leaking all over me. Cool, cool, cool. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, I guess, but, been on a binge of picking bad ones lately, not by choice, just how they've ended up, unfortunately. I mean, it happens to the best of us. What have you been watching? By the way, I want to give a shout out to my shirt, which is a upcycled, I think is how you say it, like where you take old clothing and you reprint shit on them. Upcycled shirt for a local like sort of leftist art collective, and it says our strength lies in our connections. Always remember that, okay? Being a misanthrope, being a an isolationist, it's not good. That's not how you achieve happiness. That's not how you achieve a good functional society, okay? It's not how you achieve like kindness and good outcomes and like health and all these other like the whole point of being alive is community, okay? I don't know. I feel like it took me a while to figure that out, but like art and community are like the reason to be alive. You know, it's not fucking Jesus. It's not you know getting a bunch of money. It's art and it's community. Those are the reasons to stick around. You know, so make connections, maintain those connections, and treat them kindly. All right, tend to them as you would a garden. Okay. Super Mario Galaxy is next month. I'm going to see in theaters because I'm insane. Uh I was saying I really, really don't want to watch that. I think we'd have to hit our tip goal for me to go see that shit. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And that's the one that I actually played when I was younger. I remember when it came out. I thought it was amazing. To sort of date myself a little bit. Pledge Night, Vampire Next Door, Jurassic World Rebirth. Ugh. Ugh, indeed. That was my natural reaction, and then I saw your comment. Hopefully internet community counts. It does, but I think like scientifically, sociologically, psychologically, in-person community matters a lot. As it turns out, touching grass is kind of important. Knowing your neighbors, that's like how you protect your community, you know? You gotta know your neighbors, you gotta help out the people in your local vicinity, right? You gotta get out and vote, you gotta do shit. You know, internet community is good too, and it's sometimes the only option for people, especially like younger queer people and stuff, which is why a lot of this internet censorship shit is like really scary to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's important, you know. It's not always easy, but I think you will find that your life is enriched if you make some in-person connections. And I also think it's politically necessary in this current moment. Like fascism thrives in isolationism. It does not thrive in collectivism and community-oriented mind, you know, community-oriented thinking, you know. But internet community is better than nothing, you know. I mean, you're a part of this community. You support me, and like that helps me out a lot. So like, I appreciate that, and you know, it spreads the love, so to speak. It, you know, there's benefits to it as well. So, um, I don't know. I feel like a preacher today, so to speak. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't get me in trouble for having titties on my beanie. You know, it's kind of fucked up. Gang, do we remember where I left off on my reviews? I think yes, I do actually. So we keep going. I already reviewed Train Dreams in my don't tell them about the titties. They're illustrated and they're not even particularly well. Okay, the print didn't really translate as well as maybe it should have. So, all right. All right, leave me alone. Yeah, I still have quite a few new movies to review, but let's go ahead and do the ones that I saw today. Um, all right. First one we're going to talk about today. I saw this morning. I saw it on a date, and not like a first date or anything, you know. And it was on the like big premium screen. I didn't see it in IMAX. I know it just didn't really make sense. Probably should have, but I didn't. But in any case, Project Hail Mary. I fucking loved this movie. I'm not even gonna front. I thought it was amazing. Like it might be a 9. I was going back and forth on it, and I do have genuine criticisms of it that I think keep it at an 8. But in terms of the emotional resonance, in terms of the craft on display here, shit, man, this shit was fucking crazy. All right. Brought to you by, this is insane to me, the directors of 21 Jump Street, the Lego Movie, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. This is a crazy jump up from this caliber. And like, you know what? I like all of these movies, so it doesn't surprise me that I liked this. Titties are the best. You can't look. All right. You're not wrong. I've been known to appreciate. I've been known to appreciate these things, okay? Hashtag I've been canceled for liking titties too much, all right? uh, look, I was just having a hashtag lesbian moment, all right? Where the fuck is the leak coming from in my goddamn water bottle, bro? Shit. Look, we seem to have a shared commitment around here right now. I was worried as I saw a lot of people praising it for being anti-woke. I don't know where you would get. I mean, I could maybe. No, there's nothing in here that's like overtly that. Like it's a pretty apolitical film, but it is very like pro-humanitarian, you know? Um Anyway, let me read this thing. Science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up on a spaceship light years from home with no recollection of who he is or how he got there. As his memory returns, he begins to uncover his mission, solve the riddle of the mysterious substance causing the sun to die out. He must call in his scientific knowledge and unorthodox ideas to save everything on Earth from extinction, but an unexpected friendship means he may not have to do it alone. Okay. Thanks, Dana. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. What do I want to say about this? Yeah, there's a couple things about it that I don't love. I don't love this idea of like the maverick that goes against like the grain and institutions and turns out to be right. That's I think how you foster conspiracy theories is this idea that like there's always one guy who just knows everything and like I think it's called the what's the name of the guy who got killed? Oh my god. I'm looking this up. Help me out here. Is it Copernicus? No, he's the guy that was wrong. Who's the guy that fixed him? Fixed him. Charlie Kirk. Yeah, him. This is embarrassing that I cannot remember. Oh, it is Copernicus. Wait. Yeah, no, he was right. Copernicus. I know what I'm talking about. All right. Relax. Yeah, this I think it's like literally let me look this up too. Copernicus fallacy. He actually wasn't right. Who was the guy that was right? I'm thinking of something. Galileo. Galileo fallacy, I think is what I'm thinking of. Okay, we got there eventually. Yes, the claim that because an idea is forbidden, prosecuted, detested, or otherwise mocked, it must be true or given more credibility. Yeah. I think that's how you get there. We got there eventually. All right, help me. Fucking. This shows you how little I know about science. Is not my strong suit, okay? And that's why I trust scientists because I know that I'm not good at this shit. All right, I'm pretty good at discerning like scientific consensus and just doing that because that's not that hard. But like, and that's just like good skepticism. You don't have to have a chemistry degree to be engaging in good skepticism. But part of the reason why I do it is because in the same way that I don't know how to fix my toilet, and that's why I call a plumber, I don't know how this shit works, and that's why I trust the people who do, right? Because I don't have the time or the energy or the money to get a degree in every single discipline, right? And in every single trade. That's just not how anything works. Anyway, that's kind of, yeah, you've described every action movie ever, and it's annoying to me. And I think that that's how you get, they legitimize bad ideas. That's how you get fucking, you know, really average white guys thinking that they're like, you know, hot shit or something. Like Grizzly Adams. Who's Grizzly Adams? Should I know who that is? The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams. Huh. Guy who hangs out with a bear? Alright. Grizzly Man? Anyway, he had a beard. Okay. uh, that bothered me, and also like it does feel like this is the way that maybe you could spin it into being anti-woke. And it is the thing that kind of bothered me a little bit, if I'm being completely honest, is that like, okay, the hero of our story is like an American white guy, right? Who, you know, is right when everybody else is wrong. And like they have like the whole world coming together to like fix this issue, right? And they've got like people of every single, race and gender, nationality, whatever. But of course, it's the American white man that is like the most special boy on earth. And it's like it just you want to feel like we're past this, but it is also like between this and like the Minecraft movie and you know, Hollywood is struggling and Titanic is a good one in terms of like good science films. That's cool. I love Titanic. And what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's woke because if the hero is like an American white guy, or it's anti-woke, you could say, because the hero is an American white guy. And like it's very down the middle. It's very like this is actively trying to appeal to everyone. White savior, not really, because I mean, in that he's a white guy and he's the savior of the universe or whatever, but it's not like he's saving. It's not like the Last Samurai or something like that, where he's like going into a non-white space, or the Last of the Mohicans or something like that. Where he's like going in and or fucking Gran Torino, maybe the worst one of all time, because it's not necessarily juxtaposed against other races or cultures. Like they're there, but like you know, it's kind of like it's reinforcing the idea that American white men are the main character in the universe and in life. It's not this movie's fault on its own, right? It's just sort of like it is kind of an indication of like the type of thing that gets and like look, this movie's amazing. So like take all of this with a grain of salt because like if it was this plus not a great movie, it'd be like, okay, you're pandering for no reason. But like it is a great movie, and it is really well made and it made me cry a lot. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the relationship that he fosters with like his little buddy, oh my god, it's so sweet and it's so endearing and it's so wonderful and just it had me crying a lot. And like there are non-white, non-male characters that are prominent. They're just not the main guy. Because like we all know who has to be the main guy, right? I wonder if they're saying it because it's actually global cooling that is the threat. Interesting. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like that's there too. Just it is really inoffensive, is a thing that I noticed about it as I was watching it. It's just like, man, we're really just this is a hashtag normie classic. Like there's not much here to offend anybody unless you're like completely deranged and like you're just like, oh, there's a black person in it, so I hate it. That guy's gonna be pissed off. But like 90% of people are gonna watch this and be like, that was a great movie. And the person I saw this with said that there was like an annoying Dustin, why are you giving me a thumbs down? What did I do? Let me look this up. Ugh. Okay, there is also this bit where he's like talking about how he believes in God. Oh, I understand. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm too fucking autistic for this. Um, there is also a weird thing where it's like, boy, isn't it awesome that God exists? And to be fair, I'm speaking of the second hand. This was the part where I went to go pee. Okay, so I'm relaying this based on what I've heard, and I just looked up the quote. But yeah, there's like some weird, unnecessary God shit in here too. So I guess, Rocky is a baby bear angel and must be protected at all costs. Look, they hit it out of the park with that. All right, I need a Rocky plush. I need a Rocky fucking figure toy. Okay, this is where we're at. I need this shit. All right. Anyway, I'm talking a lot about the things I don't like about this movie. Also, the humor, the sense of humor for like the first half until Rocky shows up. The sense of humor, I was not fucking with it, to be completely honest. It's just so, it's like the Mario movie. It's so straight down the middle. It's so like, I don't know, like Marvel quip energy type humor where I'm just like, it's so obvious, but like, there is a good bit in it about fisting. I'll say that. I really liked the fisting joke that came up a few times. That was good. So after Rocky shows up and he's like the cutest fucking guy and it's awesome, it gets cute and it gets really endearing and it gets really sweet. And if you've lost a pet recently, you might cry a lot, okay? But it's really good. And I promise that's not a spoiler, all right? We gotta watch the movie to figure out the twists and turns, all right? Do I have anything else I want to say about it? I like the score a lot. I think the score is beautiful and emotionally effective. I think Ryan Gosling is amazing in it. I think he's really, really good. Special effects are so good. Like it is just like a kind of instant classic. Like it's gonna be like a blockbuster all timer. Like the type of thing that like makes people want to go to the movies. And I hope it does inspire younger people, but just people in general to go to the movies, to watch movies, to care about storytelling in this medium, It's kind of rough out here, But it seems like it's doing pretty well, like in terms of its acclaim and its box office. It's getting like it's at like what? Let me see. I'm looking it up again. I want to see how much money it's made. So yeah, it's not. I would be interested in reading the book. Okay, so it's on a budget of 200 million. It looks more expensive than that, to be honest. 322 million right now. And I mean, it's only been out like a week, right? So like it's nice to have like a bona fide hit, you know? And what else? I don't know. I thought it was delightful. I wish it was a little bit more like less safe, I wish it was a little edgier. I wish it was a little bit, but like I'm asking for a movie that it isn't, right? Like I'm asking for a different movie. So like it's fine, this the book is fantastic. I'd actually highly recommend the audiobook version. Okay. I always listen to the audiobook at this point. I can't read anymore, so like that's what we're doing, right? I'll check that out actually. I appreciate the recommendation. This is the type of movie, all right, and I never do this, but it's the type of movie where I texted my dad afterwards and I was like, "You're gonna fucking love this movie. You need to watch this movie." So it's that kind of thing, um I bet the IMAX scenes looked fucking crazy. Wait, no fucking way, dude. What? Miller mentioned that no green screen was used in the movie, with the entire set being shot practically. Wow. That's pretty amazing. I mean, it looks good. At least when it was over, come see me in the good light could cheer you up. Yeah, so my friend came over and our plan was to watch that film together, because we were going to need emotional support for each other for it. And I wasn't expecting this one to devastate me in the morning. And so in the evening, I got a second one. No green screen is a scam. Are you telling me that there's no way that that's true? I kind of don't believe it a little bit either, but I mean, maybe there's something, maybe they're like, it was on a blue screen actually, so it doesn't count. I will say, that it looked good. Like, I didn't have too many complaints in terms of like cinematography or it looking too fake. It looked pretty legit, you know? While puppeteer James Ortiz voiced Rocky during filming with Gosling, it was initially thought he would be replaced by a more high-profile actor. However, Lord and Miller felt that Ortiz's performance could not be improved upon during screenings of the film. That's cute. I like that. I don't know. It's a wholesome thing, you know? Pretty straight down the middle. It's pretty good. And I do like that it is a message of like kind of, it's a very pro-humanity film, which you wouldn't think is like a controversial or like a nice thing to see, but like, you know, a VFX guy on YouTube did a great 5-part takedown of no green screen. Hit me with a link. That sounds interesting. I'd like to see that. I mean, honestly, I don't really care either way. I'm just like, if that is true, that's very impressive because it's very VFX heavy, you know. But yeah, that I see that doesn't sound right. Sandra Huller is in this, you know, from Anatomy of a Fall and the Zone of Interest to this. It's pretty good, pretty cool. Anyway, come see me. That's it for that. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I am a big fan of it. It's a great theater experience too, so I think you should probably go see it in the theater. Come see me in the good light. Anyway, my called in my special friend came over and we were like, we're gonna need the emotional support to get through this together, and we planned this ahead of time, and I was like, well, I'm already crying my eyes out earlier today, so why not again? And this was more emotionally impactful, but it made me cry less, if you can believe it, because it just didn't trigger a very specific fresh wound, you know? But I'm gonna do my best to talk about this without getting too emotional. Okay. Come see me in the good light. Directed by Ryan White, who actually also directed The Keepers, which fucked me up when I saw it. This shit is actually kind of... Some of it is not exactly scientifically sound from what I understand, but it's really good. It's really disturbing, and it's actually like very scary. Like, it kind of fucked me up a lot. But this is better. A love story in the face of loss. In an intimate and joyful story of loss in the face of love in the face of loss, celebrated poets Andrea Gibson and Megan Foley find strength and unexpected hilarity in what might be their final year together. Okay. So Andrea Gibson is a non-binary poet. It was nice to watch a trans movie on Trans Day of Visibility kind of by accident. I didn't realize that that's what this was about. It's nice seeing like they them pronouns kind of like represented in media to some extent, because it just doesn't happen. Like, it was kind of like a joke in one battle after another, and that's kind of it, you know, like just nice to see the full humanity of like a genderqueer person, you know. And essentially they were diagnosed with, well, I'm already forgetting what it was exactly. Some kind of cancer. Maybe, okay, hold on. Pancreatic, maybe? Andrea Gibson. Ovarian cancer. Okay. So they were diagnosed with that, and it's just kind of a documentary about their journey and them and their partner's journey through the ups and downs of that. Now, they have since passed, and I thought when I started watching it that that was gonna, like, that they passed away during the filming of the film, and so that was going to be included, but it's not, because it happened after the film premiered at Sundance. So like, obviously it's not going to be there. But it's so beautiful. It's so intimate. It's so funny. It's so joyful. It's so humanistic. It's so... God, it's nice to watch a documentary about death and about illness and about loss. That has nothing to do with religion and has nothing to do with pseudoscience bullshit. Nobody says a prayer to Jesus and nobody does a bullshit fucking green juice cleanse. They go to the real fucking doctor and they support each other, okay? There's some like spiritual stuff and whatever, like that's fine, you know, but like nobody's out here going to church preaching about Jesus, okay? These are just fucking real ass, intelligent, kind, empathetic, humanistic, gay people, okay, coping through loss, right? And disease and illness and death, right? God, it was so good. It was so beautiful. It was so refreshing to see this as well. Like, what a great fucking movie, man. And here's the thing. Sometimes when I watch documentaries, I'm not particularly blown away by the craft of the documentary, but I am like just very enthralled or very moved by the subject matter. And then sometimes I'm like, I mean, I don't really know how you get like make it turn into a better like film, you know? This was a reminder that documentary filmmaking is still an art in and of itself. It's there's shots in this that are just so breathtaking. The way it's edited and constructed is so well done. It's just great. It's just so good. This was almost a 10 for me. Like very, very, very close to it. I was considering it. I wish that entire comeback performance they filmed was filmed and released. That part they show was amazing. Me too. If they ever put this out on disc, wouldn't that be an amazing supplement? Like the full thing? Man. That was the part that made me like when they read the poem that they wrote for their partner at their last show. I mean, like full body, like I could feel it in my gut, the like sobs that were coming out of me. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I think everybody should see this, and can I just not to be this person again or whatever, but oh my god. The Oscars. This was the last one I needed to see for all the best documentary nominees. This was obviously the best one. Like, it's not even that close. It was so good. And the fucking Mr. Nobody against that movie's not good. It's not a good documentary, and it's questionable in its politics. And like, I can't believe that that's the one that won. This is the one that's more like important, more memorable, and more of a real fucking movie. Like, come on. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because Alabama Solution is really, really good too. I liked that one a lot, and I think that like I would have actually been pretty happy to see that one win as well. But let me see, Oscars 2026 best documentary. Oh, the song was beautiful too. I was pretty shocked that that wasn't ugh. No, I know that. Why is this like so difficult? The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light. Cutting Through Rocks is the other one that I thought was great. Mr. Nobody Against Putin, which I don't like, and y'all know how I feel about The Perfect Neighbor. It's kind of a mixed bag. But any of these, all of these were better than the Putin one. Like, whatever. Yeah, the song was beautiful. It was better than the one fucking Diane Warren put together, I'll tell you that. Better than that by a long shot. Although none of them were as good as Clothed by the Sun. Testament of Ann Lee. Gang! I think I only have one more movie I need to see before I'm ready to make my 2025 list, by the way. I think I just need to see Lurker and then I'm done. I'll round it out at 137 movies and I'll pick the best 25 probably. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like something that I'll do. I'll have my list out. a cool 4 months late. I was hoping to do it right after the Oscars, but yeah, what can you do? I'm doing my best out here, y'all. So those are those reviews. Let's do the commissioned ones. This is a reminder. $20 commission. All right, $20 tip at the link in the description gets you a review of whatever you want. We're going to do that right now. And we'll go back to the other reviews probably next week because I'm pretty tired and it's about to be midnight my time and I'd like to eat some dinner and smoke some weed and relax. If you all would grant me that singular wish. So we have 2 films to discuss today that were commissioned. I have to think of a movie for you to watch. Yeah, you earned it. Go for it. And Dustin, if you're still in the chat, you could commission one if you want. You sent me something earlier, which I appreciated. Is this working yet? I'll pretend that Dustin donated here. Why isn't that working? I don't know. Maybe when a new one comes in, it'll work again. I don't know. I don't know if Steven is in chat right now, but yeah, that's weird. Anyway, that's for Dustin. I don't know if Steven's in chat right now, but these are the ones that he commissioned. So, and I'm curious why he picked this one, but let's see. The first one is, oh, you're here. Dope. Is Enigma by the main man, Lucio Fulci. This guy made a lot of movies. I don't know if you know this. He has a lot of classics, but he also just made a lot of movies. Like, my man did a White Fang adaptation. I would actually really like to see this. Lucio Fulci's White Fang is kind of crazy. Banger of a poster. This one? Or the Enigma one? Because the Enigma poster is crazy. I mean, this White Fang one's pretty good too, I guess. But yeah, that Enigma poster is insane. The Eroticist. I know he did a lot of like sex comedies that I know that Howard S. Berger is a big fan of. I need to see this. I know it doesn't have the best ratings, but come on, how am I not gonna like this? You know? My Request, Testament. It was just released last week from Criterion, but I'm sure it's available somewhere. Okay. That kind of is the best poster, honestly. Demonia sucks. How can this be bad? Look at this. This is hard. All right. Let me look up this Testament. This one? Hold on, let me look it up. It's awful. Well, now I just want to see it more. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Oh, this is like a fucking bummer, huh? Okay, thanks. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like it's on maybe Hoopla. I can find it. It's fine. More fun movies. I do like dark stuff. You're right. I do this to myself. The Devil's Honey or Demonia. You pick and that's from me. Nice. Well, which of those is more accessible to me? Let me add this to the list real quick. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna watch Demonia. I really want to see it. And it's on Tubi. This would be a great Tubi watch, I think. Oh, let's see, The Devil's Honey. Jeff, were you ever... Is that the... Yeah, this is the saxophone one, yeah? I think you said you were going to send me this. And I don't think... Unless I forgot, I don't think that happened. I'm sorry if I'm being the worst. I just completely forgot, and it is something that you already sent me. But let me know. This is not in my owned list. Okay, it wasn't just me. You're good. No rush on that. I'll do Demonia, and then maybe another time we can do Devil's Honey. Anyway, we're here to review Enigma. Indeed, a crazy poster. Just really good. Like, I would hang this up 100%. Unfortunately, the movie's not that good. They made a clown out of Kathy once too often. The spirit of a comatose teenage girl possesses the body of a newcomer to her girl's boarding school in order to enact bloody revenge against the elitist lingerie-clad co-eds responsible for her condition. So, first of all, maybe I shouldn't be saying this because I'm going to be selling it potentially to somebody in chat right now. But I watched the Blu-ray from 88 Films. Not great, can I just say. The transfer, not very good. The subtitles, worse, all right? They only subtitled the Italian translation. Or they only subtitled the English dub. Which one was it? They subtitled the Italian translation because I watched it in Italian. The English dub is not subtitled, even though the script is completely different. Like, it's not even close, right? And so it's one of these... Wonder, is the Severn one like that? I wonder too. That's actually something I want to look up. So let me look that up real quick. Enigma, Severn. If I ever reacquire this, it's gonna be this one. Audio commentary. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Closed captions and English subtitles. So that tells me there are 2 subtitle tracks. All right, sick. Thanks. What was I saying? I was saying something. What was I talking about? I'm totally blanking. Oh, so even though it's clearly one of those Italian productions where everybody on set is speaking English, I had to watch this shit in Italian, and it drives me insane because I didn't have my subtitles. All right, can't see, I can't hear without my subtitles. All right. Anyway, it's like fine for what it is. It's, you know, fun while it's on, I guess. It starts out with like a strong candidate for one of the cruelest pranks I've ever seen in a movie, and then she's just kind of like possessing somebody from her like comatose state and fucking everybody up one by one. Kind of it. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it, to be completely honest. It's just kind of fine. Enigma really wants you to remember Suspiria. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I was like feeling bad while I was watching this because I was like, I bet, you know, Steven really likes this if he wanted me to watch it. And then I saw that he rated it lower than I did, so I'm like curious about that. The thing is, it sounds good, but in execution, it's just kind of boring and just kind of not a lot. It's kind of amateur hour, like, you know? And it's like from one of the masters of the genre, and it's just kind of like autopilot stuff, you know? It's fine. Like, I picked it because it was on your list and I recently watched it. That's fair. I'm curious what you think. Curious what chat thinks about it. Because, like, I don't know. It's fine, you know? I'm seeing some people giving this a 10, and I'm like, I mean, okay. It's honestly one of the better late films from him, and that's not saying much. Yeah, I mean... you know, I think it's underrated, especially for that period for him. Yeah, I guess I'm not like fully caught up with the Fulci stuff. Like I still have a lot of his like bangers to get to. And so seeing some of his deeper cuts, I'm like, like, okay. The Beyond, Zombie, Don't Torture a Duckling, The Gates of Hell, House by the Cemetery. Bangers. Bangers all the way down. Zombie 3, I kind of like Zombie 3. If I'm being honest, that movie's stupid as fuck. And I think it's a lot of fun. Cat in the Brain, it's an interesting sort of postmodern experiment. I don't know how successful it is, but I do like it. And again, another crazy good poster. And then Enigma, it's fine. I think it is my least favorite Fulci film, though, to be honest. But I still have some bangers ahead of me, which I'm excited about. We'll see if Demonia cracks at the bottom of the list. But I'm excited to watch it. I just look. I just like nuns, okay? Leave me alone. I'll probably enjoy it for what it is. All right. I have the Evil Dead poster. It's awesome, but the movie sucks. All right, let's check it out. I of the Evil Dead. Oh, Manhattan Baby. Okay. Yeah, that poster is crazy. Yo. Horror knows how to sell a movie, all right? I see on eBay. This is pretty reasonable. You can have the original poster for $100 on eBay. Jeff, if you want it, it's there for the taking. You could probably make this person an offer. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Wait, let's see. How much for an Enigma poster? And then how much for a Cat in the Brain? Going to Cinema Wasteland next weekend. Maybe they'll have one there. What is Cinema Wasteland? Hmm. I mean, they've got options. Got some in, like French ones at a pretty reasonable price. Saint Maud is crazy good and awkward. I love Saint Maud. I have my Saint Maud shirt is one of my favorite shirts. The convention in Cleveland, the guy who runs it has tons of awesome posters. That's awesome. This one coming up looks the closest to what I'm looking for, but I doubt it's an original. It looks like a reprint. Yeah, I don't think this is original. Yeah. This guy's just printing posters, which, you know, that's fine. It's just not what I want. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, like, of the exact portion that I'm looking for. I have two of my Chase posters. One left I need to get. What is a Chase poster? This door panel is pretty cool. I just really like original posters. Oh, I can say this on stream now. It was Val's birthday last week, and his a present finally arrived. I got him the original one sheet for In a Violent Nature, which is one of his favorite movies. So it lives in our hallway now, which is pretty exciting. Posters I really wanted. Two of my Chase posters. Is that a term I'm not familiar with? Like bucket list poster or something like that? I had to buy one of these. If I had to buy one of these, I get this French one, which is pretty cool. Pretty neat, yeah? Cat in the Brain. poster. I think that would be thematically appropriate for me. Yo, that's hard. That's hard. 2016. Charging $230 for that, bro? When I can get an OG? Or is this a reprint? Can't really tell. But this is hard. I think this is an original. Could be wrong. Okay, well, I learned a new term today, so that's cool. And then, I mean, this one's pretty sick. It's not as good, I don't think. Well, shit. That's hard. It's a little expensive, but it's pretty good. Pieces and Dr. Butcher. Last one is original Phantasm one sheet. Yeah, that would be crazy. How much does that go for? Phantasm one sheet poster. I mean, there's other websites other than eBay, but I'm just curious how much you would have to. I mean, it's certainly pricey. You know? It's but it's not like so outrageous. I mean, this person's got one for $275 or best offer, and this one's got one for $250, and it's already framed. Well, it is $100 shipping. That makes sense. That's pretty bad. I don't know. This one's not too bad. Could probably send bro an offer. All right. Kind of a tangent, huh? Let's go back to our originally scheduled program. Let me fix my list here real quick. Okay. Yeah. Gotta cut some stuff, I think. And then yeah, there's no way I'm watching all of these. Okay. Cool. More fun, exciting films for me to discover. Looking forward to these. Let's see. What did I do? Did I fuck up? No. Okay. This is bad streaming. I apologize. Okay. Next. Fuck yeah. Let's go. We have Welcome to the Dollhouse. I wrote like an R-rated episode of Freaks and Geeks. Deeply empathetic and uncomfortable, but still really funny. So, yeah, I watched the Radiance Blu-ray of this, and I will say, I've only seen 2 of my Radiance discs, all right? Messiah of Evil and this one, and they were both 9 out of 10s. So that's a pretty good hit rate so far from me. I should probably watch more, watch more Radiance, yeah? Not all girls want to play with dolls. An unattractive 7th grader struggles to cope with suburban life as the middle child with inattentive parents and bullies at school. If you're like a real like John Hughes head, if you love that style of coming of age and you're not interested in anything else, not for you. All right? if you need if you need some kind of catharsis or some kind of joy in your coming of age story, not for you. All right, this is bleak shit. Okay, it's mean, it's cruel, and it's honest, I think, but it is not kind to its characters or its audience. All right, it is what it is, right? um I was talking about this with the person I watched it with, because she was just kind of like, God, it's so bad. Like, is it really this bad? Like, it was never this bad for me, and it was like, it was never this bad for her. um well, I'll be watching Happiness for another project, sort of, so I'm pretty excited about it. Actually, I've never seen it, but I'm looking forward to it. um and what else am I, what was I saying? um This is what it's like talking to me in any context, by the way. This is what my therapist has to deal with. I'm just like on a million different I'm on a million different tangents at any given point. Anyway, um yeah. Um God damn it, what was I saying? Oh, so she was like, yeah, I was never like, I even, because I didn't go to public school. So I was like, is this what public school is like? And she was like, not in my experience, you know? But like, this is a little bit, this is like the generation before us because we're the same age. And so it's like, I don't know, maybe it was this bad in a certain time in a certain place for a certain kind of person, right? I don't struggle to believe that, right? Um, and it's I think the point that I made in the moment was like, well, even if it wasn't this bad literally, I think this is very true to how bad this sort of stuff feels. You know, how bad it feels to be a young person with no autonomy and like bullies and just, you know, being different and being hella fucking autistic and gay as fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah, let me know. Let me know if it was like this, because it's fucking brutal. Um, and you know, I love the empathy that this film has for its characters. None of the adults, I'll say that. The adults are sort of just like awful, like cartoonishly awful. But like the kids, while they're also cartoonishly awful, you see why they are the way that they are, you know? You see them do like straightforwardly heinous and bad things, but then like it's not for no reason, you know? Also, this film is more progressive about the R slur than most leftists are today. And I'm like, catch up. We gotta catch up, y'all, you know? Um that's a really great scene where that is sort of deconstructed, and you know, I really appreciated that. Um I don't know. This is a femcel it's a femcel classic. This is a weird autistic girl classic. This is a gay girl classic. All right. I totally see why this is a cult film among like queer people and otherwise like marginalized alt type people, you know, like it's definitely that kind of thing, you know. um I just love the way it looks. I love the way it's shot. I love the script. I love all of the performances. This was just a total winner, a total banger. I fucking love this movie. It it's also refreshing to see something like this where like the people there's just stuff in here where like I don't know if you could get away with it anymore. Like it's so egregiously bad. And then to be sympathetic towards the characters doing this sort of thing. Like there's I don't want to spoil anything. Like cuz like this actually was genuinely shocking when I heard it. But like that's the point. And I was like it was nice to like be shocked by something. I'm not going to spoil it. But the like bully in this movie does and says something so outrageously egregious that it's like holy shit. I just don't know if you get away with it these days, you know. It would just be like it would make sure that you know that it's a bad thing to do or whatever, and then there would be discourse about humanizing the person who's done this. It's just fucking exhausting, you know. um but yeah, I love this movie. I thought it was great, and I really love how it takes the time to humanize and empathize with all of its characters, you know? Like nobody here is like a saint or villain, you know? They're all like capable of good and bad things and doing the best under their circumstances, you know? And I don't know. It's something that is always on my mind these days, you know, and it's really nice to see it represented here. And it's just nice to see to see an uncomfortable movie about young people, because I feel like we're so scared of like representing. I talked about this a lot with Little Darlings, where like talking about young people's sexuality is like so verboten and so like taboo, and like, you know, there's reasons for that that I think are largely good, but also like it's important for young people to have representation for the things that they go through, you know, and for adults to have that as well, to like see that and empathize and also like help process their own, you know, youths, as it were. It's kind of problematic, but it's all right somehow. Like, I mean, I don't know that I'd even say that it's problematic. Like, it's depicting problematic things, obviously, but like, I don't know that it's endorsing any of them. I think it's contextualizing them, but I don't know that it's like in and of itself a problematic. I don't think that there's anything that needs to be like yeah, there's like slurs and rape threats and like misogyny and homophobia and like all these things that are like present in it, but I don't think any of those things are endorsed. They're simply depicted, you know. There's a distinction that I think people struggle with these days. God, I sound old. Can't believe I just said these days unironically. I guess this was bound to happen one of these days, right? And there I said it again. Anyway, I love this movie, and it's kind of all I wanted to review today. I'm a little bit at the end of my rope here. That makes it sound like I'm angry. I'm just a little bit low energy. I've been working a lot, and a lot going on. Oh, hey, shout out Stoner, Stoner man, Stoner friend. I'm gonna get stoned too. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna go eat my leftover pancakes, my leftover biscuit, because a pretty girl took me out to brunch this morning. It was fucking sick, and I have leftovers. It was awesome. So I've had a pretty good day. This was a great way to end it, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for all the kindness. It was a good day. Thanks, y'all. I love this community. I love you guys. You're awesome. I wish I could get stoned, start my new job Monday, and worried about a drug test. No, that's fair. Stick it out, you know? I remember that life. Now at my job, I literally will like, I had a, oh, thanks, Jeff. Y'all are the best. I have a new dog sitting client this week, and she was like telling me about like doing edibles and shit, and I was like, oh, so you don't mind if I get stoned over here? She was like, nah, do whatever you want. I'm like, hell yeah. This, you know, this job is difficult in a lot of ways, but in other ways it's pretty nice, you know. I'm just gonna have friends over, we're gonna get stoned and watch and watch movies and hang out with an old blind dog, and it's gonna be awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me. It means a lot to me. It really does. It was nice to see this pop off tonight. Maybe I should. The thing about Tuesdays is it's discount day at the theater. That's how I gotta. But if I just do it late, like if I just do hella late streams on Tuesday, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's difficult. Because like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. We're still on for Sunday. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it going as is for now, right? But I'm happy that this was successful, and I'm happy that you all tuned in, as it were. All right, let's run this shit back. Although it might not let me, but it will. I'll usually be asleep by 10 because I'm old. All right, that's fair. Let's see if this works. Nothing? All right, we'll shout out 9volt. Shout out Steven. Shout out Jeff. Shout out Dustin. I think that's everybody. Okay. Remember that Satan loves all of their children. Shout out trans people. The audio? Oh, just audio, you mean? Okay. Okay. Support trans people in your life. Speak up for them, all right? Talk to your families. Get them to get their shit together, all right? Get them to vote correctly, all right? Give money to trans people. Pull up a GoFundMe and run that shit to them, all right? It's rough out here. But it's better with community and with wonderful people such as yourself. So thank you all for being awesome. All right. Remember, not Jesus, Satan. All right. Satan loves all of their children.